gas stoichiometry. So first, remember that when conditions are at STP, you can use what conversion? So how much gas is in a mole at STP? 22.4 liters equal 1 mole. So when you're at STP, you just have to remember that 22 liters equal 1 mole. If you don't remember that, then you can use PIVNERT, but it is much easier if you just remember your conversion. When we're not at STP, though, we will have to use PIVNERT. If conditions are not at STP, then we're going to need to determine which of the following we need to do. We're either going to start with stoichiometry to convert the given substance to moles of the substance we're trying to get our answer in pressure, volume, or temperature. So if they give you a mass or moles and they say, well, how much volume is this other substance in, we're going to do stoich and then PIVNERT. If you're given P, V, and T, then we're going to use PIVNERT to solve for moles. Then, once we have moles of the substance that we have the P, V, and T data for, then we'll just do our mole-to-mole conversion to get it in the unit we're looking for. All right, so it's either PIVNERT then stoich, or stoich then PIVNERT. On this first problem, it says that we have 53 liters of ammonia, and we're looking for moles of oxygen. Notice it's a stoich problem because I have NH3 and I have oxygen. So I'm trying to convert one substance to moles of another substance. This one's an easy one, though, because we're at STP. So because it's in STP, we could have done this problem back in the stoich unit. Start with what's given. Remember that you convert whatever you're given to moles. Because we're at STP, we can say 22.4 liters equal 1 mole. Once you're at moles, you do your mole-to-mole ratio. So whatever unit's here goes down here. What you're converting to goes on top. We have 4 moles of NH3 for every 7 moles of oxygen. We get that from the balanced equation. We want moles, so we stop, plug it in the calculator, and we want 3 sig figs. So 4.32 moles of oxygen. This problem says what volume of gaseous NO2 will be produced at this temperature, this pressure, from the combustion of this many grams. Notice I do not have V, T, and P. You cannot do PIVNERT if you don't have your V, T, and P. So I'm going to do stoich first. So I take my 125 grams of NH3, and it says that I need to convert it to moles of what I'm trying to get my answer in. I'm trying to get my volume in NO2. So I need moles of NO2. I'm given grams, so I have to convert to moles. Remember, you're getting that from the periodic table. 1 nitrogen, 3 hydrogens. 4 NH3s for every 4 NO2s. Now that I have moles, I can use PIVNERT to solve for volume. I have moles, I have temperature, and I have pressure. And again, because I want to find volume of NO2, my moles had to be of NO2. Make sure everything cancels. I'm left with liters. And we want 2 sig figs based on pressure. So notice we did stoich, got our moles, and then plug those moles into Pivnert. Go ahead and pause the video, read the problem, label your units in the problem, and determine if you're going to do stoich or Pivnert first. Restart once you have made that decision. Notice that you have V, P, and T. So anytime you have your V, T, and P, you're going to do Pivnert first. And we're trying to find our mass in copper. So we're going to do Pivnert first, and then we can convert our moles to grams of copper. So go ahead and do Pivnert and solve for N. Restart when you have your answer for N. So you should have gotten 0.16711 moles. Notice this says volume of nitrogen monoxide. So this is moles of nitrogen monoxide. So now we're going to take those moles of nitrogen monoxide and convert to grams of copper. Restart once you've got grams of copper. You should have gotten 15.9 grams of copper. You have 3 moles of copper for every 2 moles of NO, and 1 mole of copper is 63.55 grams from the periodic table. Go ahead and pause the video and figure out if you're going to do stoich or Pivnert first, and label your pieces in the equation. So in this problem, notice we're looking for liters of NO, which means we need to do stoich first. You may say, but I have moles, temperature, and pressure, so I could solve for volume. No, because this is copper, and we're trying to get liters of NO. They're not the same substance. So I'm going to have to convert those moles of copper to moles of NO. Once I have my moles of NO, then I can plug it into Pivnert to solve for volume. Go ahead and solve this entire problem. Restart when you have a final answer. So you should have gotten 35 liters. When you did your mole to mole conversion, you should have got 1.85 moles of NO. And then rearranging Pivnert, nRT over P, we plug in our 1.85, our R, temperature and pressure, and you should get 35.